Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Travel Unity June 29, 2022 Virtual Job Fair. Travel Unity is a nonprofit focused on increasing diversity in the world of travel. And as part of that, we want to connect diverse job applicants with organizations that are serious about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have an array of folks here who represent organizations that are looking to find employees. We have people who work with job seekers and job seekers themselves. So if you are able to come on, Diana, video, audio, either way, could you let us know, since you work for vocational rehabilitation, what sorts of information do you need from employers to help with the clients that you work with who are looking for jobs?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I think a lot of consumers these days, we call them consumers or participants or job seekers, they gravitate towards remote positions. And that would be a question that, I would like to know whether these are primarily remote or hybrid or completely remote, or any other ways that you are looking for. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Diana. Anybody else who represents job seekers who, before we have the employers speak a bit, has any specifics that you'd like to hear as the employers talk about their organizations and the roles? All right, then Kirsten, if you are ready to go, we can get that going. Sound good?
All right. Thank you so much, Ronnie. All right.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all today, middle of the week. My name is Kirsten Bazin, and I work for American Express in their talent strategy department. And I'm here today to give a little bit of a high-level overview of American Express, as well as tell you guys a couple opportunities that we currently have within our company right now. So as you can see right here, I'm here to talk about American Express, as I already mentioned. Hopefully the majority of you or all of you are familiar with the brand. And this slide really represents our values, which if you work here or have ever worked here, are also known as our blue box values. It's what we stand by as a company, and I can confidently say not only does our company hold us to these values, but I also recognize the same commitment from my other colleagues and peers as well across the organization. As you can see, we embrace diversity and inclusion. It's one of our values. Overall, to be honest, it's what made me want to work for American Express. I'll never forget the moment when I walked through the door for my interview, and I was just very inspired by all the energy and people and just people moving around, and also being able to see various people from different backgrounds. So as soon as I got here, I knew that this was the right place for me. We can move over to the next slide. All right, and over here, this is actually our company snapshot. So we have about 110 million cards in force, and we have over 60,000 colleagues globally that we're able to work with and connect with worldwide. Because diversity means so much to us, we have a $1 billion diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative, which was a big contributing factor in our ranking this year as one of the best companies to work for in Fortune magazine, number 8. And additionally, Amex really values its colleagues and consistently seeks out feedback to see how they can create a better and more meaningful work experience for us all. And due to that, we are able to enjoy a lot of flexible work policies, whether it be work from home arrangements, hybrid arrangements, as well as multiple other generous competitive benefits that we offer colleagues across the organization. All right. We can go to the next slide. All right. So, colleague networks. These are some of our colleague networks here at American Express. I can confidently say that we want you to be you. We embrace diversity. We love diversity from all angles as it comes. We have 15 colleague networks. They focus mostly on ethnicity, faith, gender identity, social orientation, disability, veteran status, generations, and many more. So, whether you have an appetite for informal networking events, community initiatives, support in your own personal and professional growth, skill building, mentorship, career growth, our colleague networks are open to everyone, which will continue to help us grow and help us foster an inclusive culture. And you can also belong to several of them. You don't just have to belong to one. I myself am enrolled in several of the networks, and it's great. It's great to help connect with people and have a better understanding of diversity and backgrounds, and some of the challenges that people might be facing. And then we're going to go over to the fourth slide. So this next slide here is a little bit of a representation of some of the current openings that we have at American Express. They can be found on the Travel Unity website. So one I would say probably is one of our most common roles is a customer care professional role. A lot of people start off their careers with American Express in this role and the front line, servicing some of our most premium card members. This is where you're really able to learn the ins and outs of our products and different services that we offer. And the truth is, a lot of our senior leaders have started off in this role. If you come in and you perform, you can definitely progress really well in the company, starting with this role, as many of our senior leaders have. Another role that I want to highlight is a team leader role. And I used to be a team leader here for about 5.5 years. So I could speak from personal experiences. This is where I started. So if you have a passion for people and want to grow your leadership, this is actually a really great role to be in. This role taught me, how to listen better, how to navigate those very critical conversations that used to be really difficult to have before, and they've grown to be a lot easier. And it really helps you just broaden and stretch your leadership. As our former CEO Ken Chenault used to say, it really taught me how to define reality and give hope. And, working at American Express or anywhere you are in the world, you don't necessarily need to have a title to be a leader. Leadership is just part of our culture, no matter where it is that you sit. Um, and I'm really grateful for roles like this that allow us to grow not only professionally, but as a person as well. So if people leadership is not for you, that's totally okay. You can also see that we have other roles that are posted as well. We have a business analyst role available if you're more into data and numbers. And then we also have some communication and knowledge management roles. But the good thing is, no matter which role you decide to go for, you will always receive an education working here at American Express. And I could say that from personal experience, it's really helped me broaden my skills um, and just my background overall. So all of these roles can actually be found, as I mentioned before, on our Travel Unity website. If none of these roles are really standing out for you or speaking to you right now, you can also see additional opportunities on our American Express Careers website. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Uh, Not sure if you guys had any questions.
Thank you very much, Kirsten. So yeah, whether
My
you're a job
pleasure.
seeker or somebody working with job seekers, any questions about American Express, those roles, anything else?
Don't be shy.
Veronica.
Let me see.
Yes, hi. How's everyone?
Hi.
Good. I'm really interested in the leadership role. I actually just
Okay.
graduated from the this is nationwide, but a lot of people probably haven't heard of it, but it's the PLTI training, Parent Leadership Training Institute. And I'm also in the in the process of starting my own not-for-profit. So I'm very interested in the leadership, and I just wanted to know, like, how is that incorporated in a position? Do you actually work with staff, or is it your consumers where you incorporate your leadership skills?
I would say mostly with staff. So, when I was a people leader firsthand, I had a team anywhere I'd say from like 9 to 14 different people. And, I would make sure that everybody was on the same page, that they were meeting their performance standards,
Mhm.
uh making sure everybody got along.
Right.
All different types of things, helping people see past, maybe sometimes their limiting beliefs or what they find to be
Mhm.
problems, helping them find the opportunities and problems. And I really coach them to be able to, communicate with our card members and really deliver that premium service that it is that we look for. Once in a blue moon, I would have to speak to a client. However, it's leadership in American Express. It's really about empowering your colleagues and your staff to be able to really do what it is that you need them to do. Um, and just allowing them to make mistakes sometimes. Not
Mhm.
everybody's going to be perfect at doing something the first time around. So just really allowing people the opportunity to grow in their position. But there's tons of ways to exercise those leadership qualities here, even if it's not with your direct team. Because sometimes you'll also get a new team quite shortly after. However, those people that you used to lead before, you'll find that they'll still come to you for guidance and advice.
Right.
And people that you've probably never even led before will still come to you for guidance
Okay.
and advice, considering that you probably have a wealth of knowledge to offer. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure. And congrats on your
Thank you.
accomplishments.
Thank you.
Thanks, Veronica. Nona?
Thank you.
Yeah, if we saw one of the job things that you just put up, where would we go to apply?
You can apply, if I'm not mistaken, Ronnie, they can apply from your Travel Unity website, correct? It's in
Yes.
the job marketplace.
Um, each of those has their own apply link on there that links directly to the Amex page. So I could show you, for example, if you go to travelunity.org/jobs, it brings you to our job marketplace. And let's say you're interested in this manager knowledge management content writer. Up here, there's an apply button, and that brings you right over to the Amex page to apply for that position. And as Kirsten said before, if the job's on our site, if you want to see some other things at American Express, you can go to americanexpress.com/careers, I believe. And that'll get
Yes.
you to see further opportunities beyond the ones that are here.
Okay, one more question. I'm a client of DOR, which there's a lot, I just saw there's a lot of DOR. Do we need like a Schedule A paper? Would that help, or just do it on our own?
Is that a
So
question for me?
Whoever DOR person is on, should we?
I can answer that question. Hi, I'm Diana Ling. I'm a business specialist in Southern California and Pasadena, to be exact. Since this is not a federal job, there's no Schedule A needed. Okay,
Okay,
this
thank
is a
you.
private company. Yes. Okay, thank you.
And then the other question that comes up, Kirsten, for vocational rehabilitation is about follow-up, because people are working with job coaches or counselors. The idea of being able to include that in an application or have it so that the counselor or job coach can be part of that process is a question usually that comes up too, and I know has been asked today. So I don't know if you have that answer, and if not, we can share that later, but
Yeah, I could circle back and follow up on that later. So your question is around if there is follow up for whom exactly? With
so
the in relation to the job coach?
Diana, do you want to add a little on this?
Yes, thank you. I work primarily with job seekers that are ready to work. And sometimes after they have applied, typically a person like myself will follow up with the contact person. And I understand that you don't want to give it out to everybody and their mother. So yeah, so give it to the business specialist or the professionals in this game, if you will. May not be a bad idea. That way, we can follow up on behalf of the consumer after we screen them in, and then provide, proper coaching as far as, make sure the resumes are up to par, tailoring all that good stuff, so that you will spend less time to look through things, and that would be just if that's a possibility. I will put my email address in the chat, if that's okay with to you, either to Ronnie or to Kristen, which do you
Yeah,
prefer?
go ahead and send me your email. I don't
Okay, great.
have an answer for that right now, but I can definitely circle back,
I
and I can
appreciate
send
that.
you an email, or I could circle back with Ronnie as well, and we'll be sure to get back in touch with you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. DOR, just to do a free advertising, is with the largest VR or vocational rehab agency in the whole country, by the sheer size of our state and the population. So yeah, just want to
All
kind
right.
of put it out there. Thank you very
Well, thank
much.
you and thank you for your question, and thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
All right.
So
I
a
think we had a
few,
few more questions.
yeah.
Yes,
So background check was one of them,
we do background checks at American Express. Yes, we do pretty thorough background checks. It's part of it,
and then
part of our process.
salary was another general sort of question. I know it depends on the role, but if there's anything to add on that.
Yeah, it just depends on the role. Depends on your experience and area of expertise and the different types of roles that you're applying for. But I feel that we have pretty competitive salaries here. I'm not 100% sure, what everybody's needs are, what everybody's looking for, but we do have competitive salaries here and different ways that you can earn. Um, an income too. Like, let's just say that you're working as a customer care professional on the phone. There is an incentive program that's designed for those colleagues as well as for others in people leadership roles as well. So there are different ways of earning income outside of your base salary.
And I know you, I think, had a personal answer to this, but there was a question on job advancement opportunities. What's that like at American Express?
You know, it's great. I mean, as you see, we're over 60,000 colleagues. There's no shortage of opportunity, especially I'd say during a time like this where there's just a lot of movement and a lot of people are reevaluating their needs. The one advice that I could say to everybody that I used to give my team here when I was a people leader is that you are in a massive organization. It's really up to you to own your career. It's up to you to own your career outside of work and when you're inside of work. So if you're inside of work, I encourage people to always network. If there's a role that you're interested in, I always encourage people to get a little bit more information about that role even before it posts so that, you can kind of be top of mind and really ask those questions. I mean, we have Own My Career weeks here. We have so many development opportunities. We have LinkedIn Learning. So the truth is it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to grow your skills, how you want to network with everybody. And I would say that if you do the work and you really apply yourself into making yourself the best colleague that you can possibly be, you will find where all that preparation that you did will meet that moment of opportunity. And I mean, I've just seen, since I've been here for 6 years, I've seen people advance to all different types of roles. I've had people that have reported to me and I reported to them afterwards. So there's so many different ways that, your career could grow here. It's just all about your vision, your focus, and what it is that you want.
Awesome. Thank you. So if anybody has any more
Pleasure.
questions for Kirsten or American Express, you can feel free to email me, and I'll make sure we get those answers along. So thank you again. David and WeVenture.
Hello, how is everyone? All right, I have a presentation too. I think I can share my screen. Okay. Everyone able to see that?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
Just put it in presentation mode here. So WeVenture, we are a tour company based here in the United States. We are nationwide. We have 11 locations nationwide. Some photos from around. We are the product of a merger of 3 tour companies that were separate going into the pandemic, but now we've combined. And our leadership team has over 50 years of combined experience. We used to be part of the Urban Adventures franchise, which was part of the Intrepid Travel Group out of Australia. But now we're our own business. The WeVenture name and brand was launched this year. But even though the name is new, we've been operating since 2009. And essentially, we provide experiences to people, mostly day tours. But we're a company that has a passion for guiding. We got a passion for sustainable travel and a passion for inclusive travel. So we thread that through all of our experiences around the world. We look at our this is the circle of our community. So when we say WeVenture, who is the we in WeVenture? Well, it starts with our team, which is what people would join if they came to work with us. But we extend that we out to our guests, out to the tour partners where we visit, out to the communities where we are operating in, to the communities where our guests are coming from, to the industry and to the world. So we really view our responsibility and our purpose as encompassing this entire circle. This is our we when we say WeVenture. And our purpose statement, we can provide value for our guests, partners, team, and communities through impactful, meaningful, and purposeful local experiences that better our world. And our values, which everyone would experience coming to work with us, we're all about our team. We are like a family in that team. So family and team are very important values for us. To be the best hosts, of course, experiences that just aren't fun, but they're also local, they're immersive, they're high engagement, and they're meaningful, and they make our world better. We're innovative, we're open-minded, but with a strong ethical foundation. We are adaptable and flexible, which I'll get into quickly in a minute. Inclusion and diversity, which I've already mentioned. Yes, fun. We are in the entertainment business. So fun is one of our values. So why work with WeVenture? So I mentioned the flexible. So most of our positions are tour guiding positions. So leading tours in cities around the country. And as a guide, you're able to make your schedule. If you want to work full-time, great, we can accommodate that. You want to work 2 days a week, great. You want to work during the day, fine. You want to work nights, we've got that too. So we have all sorts of options for people. People can make their own schedules and make the job work around whatever else you might be doing, other jobs, other activities. We do day tours and multi-day tours. So day tours are experiences that happen in a day or less. Multi-day tours are obviously multiple days and usually multiple locations. One of the things that's unique about us is we do pay on a W-2. Most other tour operators pay a 1099, so independent contractor. But we do pay on a W-2, and we offer benefits, various benefits, and full-time employees have access to healthcare as well. We offer salaried positions as well as hourly positions. And when you're coming to work with us, you're actually part of a team. We're about 140 people nationwide, but we're we're all part of a team. We come together periodically throughout the year, both at a local level and a national level. And we're all working towards shared goals, and everyone is treated as a team member. And then there's the opportunity to build a career. I know we've had some questions about advancement. So even if you start out as a tour guide with us, you have the opportunity to move into other positions within the organization: marketing, sales, administration, customer service, and so on. Where are we hiring? A lot of places. So we're definitely hiring in Boston, still hiring in Chicago, Denver, Vegas, LA, New Orleans, Seattle, Washington, DC. We have guide positions open across the country. And you can apply to all of those jobs by going to weventure.com/jobs. And that is the end of my presentation. So any questions I can answer?
And as we've already heard, we do have folks who are in California. I don't know if they're in LA in particular, but
Yes, I am. This is Diana.
hi, Diana.
Diana. Yep.
So I know that, tour guiding, for those who haven't done it and aren't in the industry, isn't something that necessarily comes to mind as a job even. Are there folks you've worked with or are currently working with who you think there might be a fit?
And, just to say a little bit about that, tour guiding really is an opportunity. You work outside, you're not at a desk, you're meeting new people every day. It's a really fun job. And if you do it well, you can earn decent money at it. It's not a minimum wage job. Our hourly rates are between $20 and $30 an hour base, plus tips and gratuities. So.
Any questions? All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording. So thank you for watching this if you watched.